Rationality. Wouldn't it be rational to compensate in the areas where you're inadequate in, to repair the specific areas where you fucking suck at? A lot of people go through life with this rational, intellectual mindset, but in reality, they're really just fucking stupid, because they're so rational until they actually have to rationalize where they're inadequate. So if you're inadequate with the wallet, then you need to do something to repair that. If you're inadequate with the body, then you need to do some shit to fix some shit. A lot of you think that the gift of fixing whatever the fuck you need fixed is gonna fall onto your fucking lap. Everyone's rational until they actually have to rationalize that they fucking suck in an area, and the only thing they can rationalize is self-limitations and then project that onto other people. If you fucking suck in an area, fix that shit. Now, we are all about personal development. We are all about growing as individuals, and to neglect the responsibility of growing in an area is to be an unbalanced individual. And life is all about balance, and not negative and positives, but positive and positives, and how much you can push towards a positive outcome. It's all about putting positive habits in motion to reroute yourself to a positive outcome that directly corresponds to the work that you put into yourself. The work instills the worth, and if you're not putting in work into yourself, well, you're rendered worthless by your own evaluation, because you decided that you weren't worth the worth to actually put in work into yourself. And so as individuals who grow every day by compounding to be a exponential individual, to grow in every factor and metric and area of their life all the time, every day, to see individuals who are quote unquote rational but can't even rationalize that they're inadequate and insecure, and they should do some shit to fix some shit, instead of sit there and be a pussy bitch that can't fix that pussy in the mirror. It's really fucking simple. You look in the mirror and you realize that whatever the fuck is reflecting back, you need to either fix that shit or you're just gonna remain an undone piece of shit. And in a world where people will walk around undone and with a glass half empty, our cup is going to overflow in front of them to make them feel like more shit for that pussy bitch they won't fucking fix. It's that fucking simple. If you won't put in the work into yourself, then we're going to demonstrate in front of you what the fuck you're not. Because as an individual, as people who only live once, to not maximize yourself in every area all the time, to not create that individual, the best version of yourself, and to give that person to the world, is to be a selfish bitch. You thought life was about you, you dumb fuck. Life is about being the best version of you to create the best experience for the ones around you. And if you can't do it for the people around you, bitch, well, you're rendered mentally inferior, because every time you chose to be less and not to become the more, you literally become the more as you increase in value by putting the work into yourself, by hyper-inducing worth and value and love into yourself, instead of sitting there and being a complacent, stagnating piece of shit bitch. Now, everyone's rational until they have to rationalize that they're fucking inadequate in specific areas in their life. But as individuals who see growth instead of compromise ourselves and just to remain a stagnating piece of shit, when we see that, we're under performance in a specific endeavor, well, this is where we max out in that endeavor. To sit there and be insecure instead of look in the mirror, understand that life is reflective, and that pussy bitch in the mirror who won't fix that fucking reflection of a half-done, broken, shattered glass of a fucking mirror, to sit there and project that stifling ass pussy energy onto people who are better than you in every aspect of existence, because they actually put in work into themselves, instead of just sit there like an insecure pussy to actually believe that they're worth the work that they put into themselves to proliferate every day to compound and expedite and exponentially increase in every aspect of living, of existing, to understand they only live once, and to sit there like a egotistical piece of shit, to never actually get out of your ego and make a move to be better, to sit there and watch from the shadows and lurk as you are under performance, watching people who are performing at levels higher than you thought you could perform at, to sit there like a bitch and watch the gap between who you are and the individuals around you increase as they grow, and you hinder your growth, becoming a hindrance to yourself. All you can do is indulge in the pleasure. The only thing you can do is watch porn, hit the vape, and drink the bottle. You're a failure at being an organism. The monkey's sober and fit. If you're not sober and fit, bitch, you're failing at being a fucking monkey. So before you try to rationalize who the fuck you are, remember that you're failing at being a fucking primate, and you're not even at level 1. Pussy. All that drinking and smoking and watching porn, bitch, you're at level minus fucking 50. So while you watch people that are at a level so far above you, you can't even comprehend what the fuck they're doing and why they're doing it. Well, get to the level where you quit the vices, you actually pursue a level of personal development to expedite yourself in every aspect of life, and to proliferate your existence as an essential entity that only live once, to actually comprehend that you're compromising your life instead of sit there like an arrogant piece of shit. Bitch! I can't stress this enough. You guys are walking around and you guys are being failures to yourself, and then when someone who doesn't feel themselves presents themselves in the present moment in your existential awareness, now it's their fault that they're better than you, and you feel some type of way because someone who's better than you, put in more work than you, is actively being something you're not, which is the best version of themselves, and now you have a way to feel about that. You have to understand that jealousy and envy is that's a feminine emotion. And to sit there and be jealous of another man is to really just be sucking his dick oracally. To sit there like a faggot, pussy, bitch, instead of actually compensate and fix that pussy in the mirror. You have to understand that no one is just going to walk and end up at the top of the mountain. People have to look in the mirror and face the individual they didn't want to be to become the individual they wanted to start being. People didn't start with the best habits or the best mindset or the best of conduit to reflect who the fuck they are. Everyone had to take a moment and look in the mirror and understand that if that individual, the person that is reflecting back at them, if that person wasn't the person they wanted to be, well, they're going to have to make a fucking change, because the world's not going to change for you. You're going to have to change for yourself, present that to the world, and then only will the world transform for you. It's all about personal transformation. Are you transforming or are you conforming? Most of you are conforming to all these fucking self-depleting primates. I mean, you could drink more, you could smoke more, you could vape more, and you could work longer and waste more of your life at a corporation that doesn't give a fuck about you. But in reality, who are you when it comes to the personal development? I will put in more work than you. I will suffer longer than you for more than you. I will amplify the intensity when I'm about to break, and that's what makes me unbreakable. The moments you find out you're about to break and you broke was the moments we found out we were unbreakable. What type of individual are you? What is your mindset looking like? Your life is a reflection of you. What are you reflecting? It's all about personal reflection. If you can't reflect on the individual in the mirror, well, you're going to experience something you don't want to experience because you're too inadequate to actually rationalize where you're inadequate at and then fix that to reflect something more refined and defined. You need to redefine yourself as an individual to better yourself. Everyone wants to rationalize and be intellectual and feel smart, but in reality, if you're not pursuing the best version of you all the time, well, there's levels to life and you're not at the highest one. And to not be at the highest level all the time, to not be higher than the level you were at in the past, to not grow as an individual, to not force growth literally by pushing through the dirt, by absorbing the nutrients in the soil, by forcing your will through adversity to construct the best individual that has ever been constructed in your lifetime, in your own soul's experience, in the unfoldment of your soul. So, I mean, are you going to continue remaining that low-level, inadequate piece of shit, bitch? Or are you going to make a move to actually, be better as an individual, to love yourself through action, and to demonstrate gratitude through action. Instead of saying you love yourself, let's see if you actually love yourself by dropping the fucking bottle and picking up some weights. Peace!